as third generation of Adair Floors and Remodeling. This isn't just a business to us. It is our family name, our reputation, and our promise to you. At Adair Floors and Remodeling, we help homeowners upgrade with confidence. Whether you need luxury vinyl plank, hardwood, carpet, tile, or a full remodel, our team handles everything from design to installation. Quality products, professional crews, clear communication, and results you'll love. That's what 3 generations have built and what we stand behind every single day. Visit Adair Floors and Remodeling today at our large showroom located in Franklin, or give us a call at 414-761-3660 for a free estimate. Adair Floors and Remodeling. 3 generations, 1 standard.
A happy place comes in many colors. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro Painters and make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. During our spring sales event, get 10% off any home painting project, $2,500 or more. When you schedule before May 15th at participating locations, get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
WTMJ's Julia Fellow for Appliance Gallery, right on Wisconsin Avenue in Milwaukee. Their gorgeous showroom is the most up-to-date in our state, featuring luxury brands like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Miele, Fisher & Paykel, and more. They'll work right with your contractor or designer and make the process seamless. They even offer brands where you can choose from custom colors. As a small family-owned company with 1 location, they deliver impeccable service with a personal touch. Visit ApplianceGalleryWY.com or stop in today.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers won against the Arizona Diamondbacks 6-2 yesterday during spring training. They play today at 2:10 against the Angels, and the Bucks play tonight against the Utah Jazz starting at 7 o'clock. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic, we do have a disabled vehicle on the road that is at I-94 all the way out near Brookfield Square. That could cause some backups in the future. Other than that, though, no major incidents, no major delays.
Sponsored by Accunet Mortgage.
Get your rock-solid pre-approval or a no-pressure refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today we have stray showers early, windy with falling temperatures, high of 63 degrees early, but falling into the 40s by tonight. Tomorrow mostly sunny and breezy, high of 60. Monday mostly sunny and mild, high of 68. Tuesday increasing clouds, a rain mix later in the day, high of 41 degrees. Right now in Green Bay, it's 52. In Waukesha, it's 58. In Madison, it's 52. And in Milwaukee, it is 56 degrees. I'm Elizabeth Lintonen, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News time is 7:08.
This is the Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC. When it comes to home repairs, we could all use a guy. Well, we've got the guy, and we've got the show. For all your home improvement questions, we've got answers. This is the Fix-It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Now, here's your host, Dayton, Kane, and David Nason.
Good morning. It is a Saturday in March, if you can believe it. Already into March. Right. David, how are you?
I am doing well. Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
For those who have never turned into the Fix-It Show, this is where we talk about fixing your home. Mm-hmm. You are a home inspector. I work at Siding Unlimited and have knowledge there. And I've been hosting this with you for 5 years now, so I've gained a lot of knowledge that way, thanks to you and all our guests that come on the show. We have no guests this hour. Right. We do have J&B Construction coming in next hour, so that'll be roofing and siding. We'll be talking a lot with them on that. But tell me a little bit about, so the reason I bring that up is we're not talking about fixing cars. You have a guy when it comes to fixing cars that you call, and he saves you money, it sounds like.
Sounded like, recently,
So I want to get into that story a little bit. I know you want to talk about this other inspection that you did, but so you were not in town. You were having some issues with a sensor that came on, and you went to
a dealership.
Okay. Just out of town, not anywhere near Wisconsin.
Right.
And they started going through a laundry list of all the things you needed on your car. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So what was going on?
Well, the check engine light came on, and so I went to a auto parts place. If you know, you can go to like an AutoZone or Auto Parts Plus or whatever, these national chains, and they can plug a little computer in and they can read the code.
Yep.
And it said something about my fuel pump was potentially having a problem. Well, in my mind, I'm like, that's not good. I should probably have so I'm starting to think, okay, now I'm going to have that replaced. So I called my mechanic back home here, and it gave him the code. He's, well, it's probably not the fuel pump, might be the fuel pump sensor and everything. So I went to the dealership to have them check it out and everything. And they started telling me that, your car needs we checked things out. Doesn't look like your full fuel pump, but it looks like your car needs an alignment and maybe some linkages in the front, sway bar linkings, and maybe if that's probably caused your car to lean when you go around corners, and if that got some air in the fuel lines and everything. And I'm like, come on, really? And then I called my mechanic back and he goes, yeah, that's not true.
That's not true.
Can't happen.
It's a closed system.
Yeah.
There's no
So
air
I said, okay,
there.
I'll take my car back, and then drove it for a little bit and filled it up again. And the car's this particular car is supposed to take premium gas, and I'm kind of cheap, so I never do. But I think Quick Trip gas is pretty good, so I never had a problem. So
yeah,
where it was, I probably got a bad tank of gas.
Okay.
Because I filled it up, and then the light went off. So.
The reason I wanted you to bring that story up is it's the same with every industry, right? You're looking for professionals you can trust.
Right.
You're looking for vetted companies that are going to tell you the truth, that aren't going to come and try to upsell you on stuff you don't need.
Exactly.
So, and that's where NARI comes in, and the National Association of Remodeling Industry, vetting people and making sure these companies are doing what they're supposed to do. And,
exactly.
We talk about that a lot on this show. Like, well, how do you find a contractor? How do you know who to trust? And it goes the same for car dealerships and the mechanics. Like, make sure you're doing a little research. Make sure, and luckily you have a guy that you can call that can check out codes for you and all that.
And
fun
as
stuff.
we get into spring here, typically more storms. And we didn't really have storms here last night, but other parts of the country we're seeing some storms and things like. So we always hear about storm chasers. Use somebody local. Find out if you have some damage to your house or something caused by a storm. Find a contractor that's here in town because there are plenty that can do the work. And then granted, they all get busy and things like that. But I think you should be able to try to wait and get somebody that
as long as you don't have rain coming into your house.
Because the last thing you want is to use somebody who shows up during the storm, does the work, maybe doesn't, maybe they do good work, maybe they don't go, but the reality is there's always something that you need to maybe follow up on, and if they're out of town after they do their work, now who do you call?
And they're tricky too. They'll use a local phone number.
Oh yeah, local phone number.
But they're not from the area, so do your vetting process yourself.
The giveaway though is always the license plates on the trucks. Because where are they from? Oklahoma,
Texas.
Texas. Yeah. That's a giveaway. So
all right, we're back. We're ready to start the show. 855-616-1620 is the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. If you want to talk about anything on your home, how could we fix it? We're here for you. It is the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Tune in to Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty.
Milwaukee leaders are calling on the Public Service Commission to reject a data center rate proposal. The Common Council unanimously adopting a resolution opposing We Energy's proposal to create a separate energy rate for large data centers.
Bringing you the latest in news, sports, traffic, and weather.
Governor Tony Evers is urging Congress to modify new federal regulations on hemp.
Every weekday from noon until 3 p.m.
The Fix It Show live stream and podcast are brought to you by J&J Contractors. Visit jjcontractorsllc.com or call 414-423-9200 for your free consultation today. J&J Contractors, welcome home.
Look, it's Jake from our store in Kenosha.
Hi, Monica. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Rick.
Your email said you had a big surprise.
Look and tell me what you see.
Wow, I see 9 perfect examples of the classic diamond solitaire engagement ring.
They're gorgeous.
These rings are exactly what people imagine when they hear the words engagement ring.
Monica, do you think it will always be like that?
Evermore.
That long?
And each of these is 3/4 of a carat.
$998.
Unbelievable. So how much do we sell them for?
That is this how much we sell them for.
Can we do that?
We're the largest employee-owned jewelry company in America, Rick. We can do anything we want.
But for how long?
Evermore.
People can choose any of the 9 most popular style solitaires, 3/4 of a carat, and each of them was created in the heart of a miniature star.
5 different diamond shapes, 2 colors of gold. Evermore, just $998.
Or $14.98 with 1-carat diamond center with diamonds on the side.
Learn more at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Ever wonder what it takes to feel truly wealthy and financially comfortable? Schwab asked Americans that question, and most said at least $2 million. But here's the thing, your number might be different. And that makes sense because your dreams, travel, retirement, and the legacy you want to leave are unique to you. That's why you need advice that's just as personal. The team at Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen and help you build a plan that fits your life. Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. I've got a great idea for you this weekend. Enjoy a free Saturday night dinner at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. It's the most affordable dining destination anywhere. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free, even on weekends. Wow. Try the twin lobster tails, the honey glazed salmon, the steak and lobster, pasta, even prime rib on Saturday, any entree, all buy one, get one free, desserts and huge, delicious ice cream drinks included. Sip on an old-fashioned, maybe a Manhattan. They have 20 bourbons, 100 wines, a rustic bar that's gorgeous, 8 unique dining rooms, 7 real wood-burning fireplaces. I recommend the all-you-care-to-eat Sunday brunch. Kids and grandkids under 3 eat for free. It's fantastic. Fox and Hounds, tucked into the Kettle Moraine Forest, just off Highway 167 near Holy Hill, serving Saturday lunch from 11 to 2. Enjoy a free world-class dinner this weekend. Tables are open. Check it out, the famous Fox and Hounds.
The Fix-It Show with Dayton, Kane, and David Nason on WTMJ.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. It's going to be kind of another crummy day. It's been just kind of dark and dreary.
Well, it's March.
I know. At least it's not snow, right?
Right.
At least it's not snow.
The fog the other day was so thick.
This morning it was kind of cool driving in because the buildings were kind of enveloped in downtown Milwaukee, so you could see some of them and not others.
Right.
It was kind of cool.
But daylight savings tonight. So
daylight savings, so
we're going to spring forward.
Losing an hour of sleep. Yeah. That's never good.
Yeah.
It's amazing how that hour of sleep causes so much problem. Like it increases traffic problems and people crashing and mistakes people make.
So I heard somebody talking about that. And I mean, I don't get it personally, how it causes all these problems.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean,
but
do you go to the bed the same time every night during the week?
Close.
But is there every once in a while, like I was out,
like you stay up an extra hour or two
playing cards with some friends last night. I know I have the show this morning, but I didn't get home till 11:30 or something. When by the time I'm in bed at midnight.
Yeah,
I mean most days I'm going to bed at 10ish or something like that. I went to bed 2 hours later. Oh, I'm all messed up today. I mean, I don't get it. Or if you travel somewhere and now you won't go from Central to Mountain Time or Eastern Time or something. Are you all messed up? It sounds like the
research shows,
but I don't personally get it. I mean, are you messed up? And it's different than going to Europe and you lost 9 hours. Jet lag. I get that.
Yeah.
But the 1 hour, does it make that much of a difference?
Not for me, but others it seems to. So here's a funny thing. So I did radio for most of my career. 27 years I did full-time radio. That's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I would go anywhere, I would listen to the radio, right?
Sure.
I would listen to the DJs. I'd listen to the commercials. I'd listen to the imaging they're putting around the
It's
songs.
kind of like everywhere I go, I'm looking at a house.
That's where I'm going. Now, 5 years into this career that I have, and you've been doing it way longer than I have, now I look at every house I drive by and every window and every door. Look at that. What is that? How'd they do that? Why?
Mm-hmm.
You're on vacation. You're at a VRBO, and what happens?
So I'm looking, and there's like the day we get there, I'm like it's a kind of a stucco, looking older house and everything. I was like, wow, there's some cracks in the stucco and everything. Well, the next morning a crew shows up to work on the house, and so I'm standing out there in the morning having just a glass of water or something. And the owner of the VRBO comes up, introduces herself, and hi, and everything. And just in chat, and I was, I'm just, what are you going on? Oh, she's explaining she's having some work done because she's having an insurance inspection and things like that. And I said, I'm a home inspector and I inspect stucco and everything. Oh, really? And everything. So I spent the next hour kind of doing a quick inspection of things and giving my opinions on how to do some repairs and things like that. And the crew actually followed my recommendations on doing a repair on the front of the building. Everything looked great. Everything. Yeah. She gave us a little discount on our nice. Stay and so another gift. So it was, I can't not.
I was gonna say you could have not gotten into that situation.
I could have just walked away, but it's a curse maybe.
Yeah,
it's in my blood now.
It is. Once you get into it, you're looking at everything.
And to that point, if we're going to somebody's house, a friend's house, we've never been there before, my wife will be like, "Okay, you're not going to say anything about their house, right?" And I said, "Well, so it depends on how well I know the people.
Yeah,
if they're a really good friend, and I might like." Not in front of the whole group, call someone out and be, hey, come over, hey, buddy, friend, come on over here. You need to fix this. you need to take care of this. I saw walking up to the house. That's going to be a problem.
For sure, if it's a danger, you're going to point out to somebody like, this is not good. You got to get this fixed.
Danger, or if you don't fix this soon, it's going to be expensive.
Yeah. So you're helping out.
Yeah.
Can't help it. You're helping. All right, we do have somebody on the phone. Let's go to Jonathan in Chicago. Thanks for listening, Jonathan. What's your question?
Hi, I've got a furnace filter from Home Depot. It's a 20 by 25 by 4. It's one of the thicker ones.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was told, change it every 4 to 6 months. And it's a MERV 8.
Yeah.
And I saw when I was at another store that they were on sale, but it was a MERV 11. And I just want to get your opinion on, I think an 11, sounds like an 11 may be too high, even though it's going to trap more. Aren't you supposed to use a slightly lower MERV on some of these furnace filters?
So when Jason Fox from Capital Heating and Cooling is on, we talk about that every once in a while. And if you had a MERV 8 in there, that's probably best to, at least right off the bat, just that's what you should get. You can check to see if you look up the model number of your furnace and dig into it, it should say somewhere, because you probably don't have a owner's manual, a paper owner's manual. You have to go online, get the model number off the unit. Do you know what brand of furnace it is?
I think it's a Train.
Train, okay. So if you open up the furnace cabinet, Train's up on the top. There's 2 doors on that cabinet, on the front of the cabinet. Up on the top right, usually, is a label inside there. And there's all kinds of numbers in there. There's a serial number, model number. You can get that information and then look it up online. It should be able to tell you what type of filter you should get.
But Jason has never recommended anything over an 8.
Yeah. I would say 11 would be a max. They make 13s.
Yeah.
But that's way too much. You got to – I don't know what furnaces can handle that. So maybe a really big furnace that's got a huge fan in it that can really do it. But I would stick with the 8 right now.
Until you find out, can you go to 11?
Yeah.
Appreciate you listening.
Yeah, good call.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
855-616-1620 is the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. If you have a question, we're going to take a break. It is the Fix It Show on WTMJ. Siding Unlimited has been your go-to exterior remodeling contractor for over 32 years. Because our name is Siding Unlimited, we get people asking all the time, do you install replacement windows? Do you install roofing? Do you install doors? Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited. I'm here to personally tell you yes, yes, and yes. Believe it or not, Siding Unlimited has become the most trusted contractor in Wisconsin when it comes to siding, windows, roofing, and doors. In fact, we've won some amazing awards in all categories. From design to installation, every detail is handled by local experts who care. Because fine craftsmanship isn't how it looks, it's how it lasts. For siding, windows, roofing, and doors, let Milwaukee's National Contractor of the Year, Siding Unlimited, give you a free estimate and start the process. Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
So if you're looking to install a new glass shower door, you're going to want to see selection. The more you see, the better choice you can make. And that's why our store is loaded. with 20 different glass shower door options. And what sets Less's Glass apart is that you're going to have somebody close by for help who's been here for years and years to ask them questions and get reliable answers. Now, no one's going to be hounding you, but when you need an answer, you're not going to have to search around. One thing you can count on at Less's Glass is that there will always be a member of our staff here with decades of experience. And that matters, because how many times have you been at the big box home improvement store, walking around trying to find someone who can actually answer your questions? This is Stacy Sinks. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Yes, Toradol is considered a strong pain reliever. It's one of the most potent non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs available. And absolutely, hyaluronic acid is used to treat shoulder, hip, elbow, and knee pain. It's a lubricating gel-like substance that reduces stiffness and improves mobility. It acts as a lubricant and shock absorber, reducing friction in the joint. And when we pinpoint the root of your pain, and we combine these powerful 100% FDA-approved pain relief medicines, if thousands of patient confirmations tell us anything, you're going to experience pain relief. And because of this, your quality of life increases, and you'll start living better. I'm Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas. There's much more to life that you've been missing because of your pain. This isn't even about taking a chance. It's about taking your first step to living pain-free. Go to rejuvenex.com to schedule your appointment so we can alleviate your pain and rejuvenate your life.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Call today and there's a good chance we could be seeing you tomorrow.
WTMJ's The Fix-It Show with David Nason and Dayton Kane.
Good morning to you. We appreciate you listening. 855-616-1620 is the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Isaac played that for a reason, but I don't know why. What was that?
It was just
a fun song?
a good royalty-free indie rock song.
Gotcha. I love it. All right. Isaac's in the producer studio. If you call in, that's who's going to answer the phone and get you on the show with us. We always appreciate him. He does a great job. So let's go to some of these calls here. The VRBO story sounds like a progressive commercial. Homeowners becoming their parents.
Yeah.
David's like, well, I'm a building inspector.
I've been accused of that. Yes. Yes.
Hey, you're just trying to help. You're just trying to
I'm
help.
not old, but I'm kind of feel like that sometimes.
Okay, so, well, that's why. You're like the younger guy becoming your
right,
parents.
exactly.
So we do have a text here. It's really long, so I'm going to kind of sum it up. Somebody's looking at a cabin up north, and behind their vinyl siding, they don't have a wrap. Built in 1999. They're asking, is that common? And now they're starting to see stains below a bay window, and they're wondering, is this normal? Should we be concerned? What should we be doing if we're looking at buying this house?
Right. So a wrap, or in this case, they also use the term. So they must have done some research. A WRB, a weather-resistant barrier, is what that is. In the industry, it's now called. Everybody calls it Tyvek. Right. It's kind of like
the Kleenex,
Kleenex and facial tissue kind of thing. So that had Tyvek house wrap has been around since like the early 90s, kind of started using it some places. The reality is in the early years, it was being installed wrong. Sometimes they were installing it on the inside
behind
of the
sheathing,
OSB, behind the, and then, so there on, or they weren't putting it on uninsulated areas. So they put it on the walls of the living areas, but not on the attic. And chimney chases weren't being wrapped and everything, garages and everything. So initially it was sold as a windbreaker basically for your house. I remember going to a home show, I don't know, KBS show or something in Chicago with some people, and I won a raffle. I won a jacket made out of Tyvek, and it had Jeff Gordon. I wasn't a fan of Jeff Gordon. I was a Dale Earnhardt fan. So Jeff Gordon. So it was kind of cool because DuPont sponsored him and everything. I ended up giving it to somebody, but so it was a windbreaker made out of Tyvek. Well, it turned out they figured out that it's actually a moisture barrier. It breathes, but it stops bulk water. Bulk water being rain, water, but it allows vapor to pass through it. But anyways, that was not included in our our building code here in Wisconsin, I'm told, until 2006.
Okay.
So anything early, very early, late 90s, early 2000s, it didn't have to have Tyvek. Now, you're better contractors or builders who are figuring it out or understood it, like, oh, yeah, this is a good thing. We should put this on. But that age of home, 1999, there's a good chance there isn't anything behind that siding.
So what does that mean for that? Should that deter somebody from buying a house?
Well, no. But, as you know, vinyl siding has little drain holes in the siding, so that vinyl siding is not waterproof at all.
Right.
And water is going to get behind your vinyl siding, regardless. Not if, it's when it gets behind it. So you need that barrier behind it to keep your house
You can
dry
take
and
vinyl
waterproof.
siding down.
Pretty easily.
Put it back up again.
Out of anything, that's probably the easiest type of siding to take down and then put back up. But so you could have it installed, or if you're going to decide to update your home and re-side, you would want to put some kind of tie, whether it's
a contractor
Tyvek
would
or
have
something.
to, right?
Yeah.
It's now
Well, it's
code,
required
right?
now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
Or like what you guys do, we've talked about it. You guys put the fan-fold insulation.
Yep.
So you get the benefit of the weather-resistant barrier plus some additional insulation on the outside of the house.
Great question. 855-616-1620, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. We're going to take a break. Go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Elizabeth Lintonen. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Dayton. Shorter bachelor's degree programs could be coming to some of University of Wisconsin campuses. The UW Board of Regents unanimously approved revisions to academic policy that formally established minimum credit standards. The policy keeps the traditional degree standards in place, but now allows campuses to apply for shorter programs if they provide justification. Officials say the change aligns with updated accreditation guidelines. Any reduced credit programs would still need additional approval before being implemented. State agriculture officials reporting 2 new cases of bird flu, this time in Walworth and Jefferson counties. The highly contagious disease was found in a commercial poultry flock. The birds are being depopulated to prevent spreading the disease. Last week, there were 2 confirmed cases of the bird flu in Dayton County. Exposure risks are low for the general public. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. At the moment, all clear out there. No major incidents, no major delays. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, stray showers early in the day, windy with falling temperatures, high of 63. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and breezy, high of 60. Monday, mostly sunny and mild, high of 68. Tuesday, increase in clouds, high of 41. Right now in Waukesha, it's 58. In Madison, it's 51. And in Milwaukee, it is 56 degrees. I'm Elizabeth Lintonen, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:32.
Traffic is sponsored by Angela Calais and Benefit Realty. At Benefit Realty, pay only 3.5 to 3.9% real estate commission and get all the service that you should. Benefit Realty, you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com.
Dreaming of a home renovation? J&J Contractors has been turning houses into dreams for over 40 years. From stunning kitchens and luxurious bathrooms to finished lower levels, they handle complete renovations that elevate your space. And don't forget about the outside. J&J Contractors specialize in roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Schedule your free consultation today. Just Google J&J Contractors or call 414-423-9200. J&J Contractors. Welcome home.
Scammers will impersonate anyone. They make themselves look and sound like a trusted government agency, business, charity, celebrity, or even someone you know in real life. And technology has made it even harder to know who you're really talking to. We all need to stop and verify that requests are legitimate before we act on them. Learn more at datcp.wi.gov. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection.
Are you seeking an experienced, award-winning contractor who provides unmatched plaster and stucco services? I'm Zach Emmons with Creative Construction of Wisconsin. As part of the 6th generation of our family-owned company, we have served the area for over 90 years, handling all types of stucco, interior, and ornamental plasterwork, from small repairs and remodels to large residential projects. Creative Construction staff has the skills to deliver quality results. Featuring NARI award-winning and certified professionals, our craftsmen match all plaster and stucco textures, adding custom touches as needed. Call 414-397-4072 or visit callcreativeconstruction.com for competitive pricing and a personalized approach. Creative Construction of Wisconsin. Cutting-edge stucco and plaster techniques with homegrown family values. Call 397-4072 or visit callcreativeconstruction.com.
More of your questions next. It's the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Thank you for joining us today. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel Sports Show going on at the Wisconsin State Fair Park this weekend. I didn't even know that was still going on these days. The Wisconsin, the Journal-Sentinel. Have you heard those names in a while? Journal-Sentinel? The sports show.
Have not, no.
Sports show going on this weekend. I didn't know they were still sponsoring that. So, how are you? Good?
Good, yes.
We have a question on the text line. David just ran to let our next guest in. So if he sounds a little winded, he got back just in time. Well done, sir. We do have a question. It says, hi, does NARI go check out work of all its contractors or does it only respond to customers who report problems? Please elaborate on NARI's methods to qualify and approve contractors. So NARI has an ethics board.
Right.
So that's what they're referring to. So if somebody does have a problem with one of the contractors in NARI, they can call NARI or email NARI, and they'll put together a 2-3 person committee to go talk to the contractor and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, so I'm on that committee. And to answer that question, no, we can't check every project that's going on.
Yeah.
And
but you do vet people as they come into the organization. They need referrals. You do check out their history and what they've done, and they get vetted as they're entering the organization.
Yeah, you can't just fill out an application and write a check and become a member.
Right.
You have to actually be sponsored, and then they do vet you as a new member.
And then the ethics committee is there as a checkpoint in case something starts happening and there's some concerns about one of the NARI members.
Right.
You guys can get involved as a third party.
Right.
Nobody's going to court with this situation type thing, and be an advisory committee to the customer and be kind of mediator between the customer and the contractor.
So if you're a customer or consumer and you have an issue with a contractor, you bring it to the ethics committee. Somebody from that committee will reach out to you, reach out to the contractor, and we try to, just informally see if we can mediate the issue. A lot of times it's just a lack of communication that has occurred, and if we can help fix that communication and get the contractor, sometimes the contractor is not even aware of the problem. And so we'll get them talking to each other, and then they try to figure that out. If we can't do that over the phone, then we'll do the next step, and we do an in-person mediation where we go to the person's house and we try to figure, and you try to say, okay, contractor, we're seeing some issues here. Do you agree, not agree? Okay, yeah, we'll get on this, we'll fix it. So a lot of times we can just do that. If it doesn't get resolved through then we go to a process called arbitration, and that's where now both sides come to the table, present their case before an independent judge, and that judge makes a decision. So if you have a question, if you're working with somebody who is a NARI member, you're always welcome to call the NARI office, get some advice, get some feedback from the committee or from somebody at the NARI office, and that can help you out with your project.
The other thing that you can do, so I don't know if there is a situation going on, and that's why they asked this question. They just asked, how do you qualify and approve contractors? But if there's a situation going on, the other thing you have in your back pocket is, let's say you're putting on CertainTeed product or an LP SmartSide product, or they actually have people in their organizations that will come out to the job site and look at the install.
Manufacturers reps.
Right, and look at the install and say, yep, no, they're doing it right, or no, you guys did miss a step, you need to do this. So there are other ways you can get input besides a contractor if you need to do that. So we're going to take an early break and let David Nason catch his breath. When we come back, more of the Fix It Show, 855-616-1620. Get your calls and texts in. Thanks for listening to WTMJ.
Your home can be more maintenance free when you rely on J&B.
This is Tom Feza. When I need information about siding, I call Scott Klein, owner of J&B Construction, provider of high-quality exterior home improvement products and services since 1958.
I'm Scott Klein. If you're tired of painting or your siding is beyond repair, it may be time to look at the advantages of a new siding system. Additional insulation, along with Tyvek's weatherization system, can significantly improve your home's energy efficiency while protecting it from water and air infiltration. We offer a variety of siding products, all installed by J&B's certified employees, which will provide decades of performance and beauty.
For a complimentary siding evaluation, call Scott at 262-437-0537 or visit jnbconstruction.com.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
It's the weekend. Don't cook and clean. The Mineshaft Family Restaurant in Hartford will serve you a super affordable meal, and it's delicious. The Saturday breakfast buffet is all you can eat under $10 from 8 until noon today. $10. Your Saturday steak dinner with all the sides is under $25. You will pay a lot more at other restaurants. Not necessary. The family pizza special is a huge 18-incher with a pitcher of beer or soda and 100 game room credits for under $45. The pizza easily feeds a family of 4. Your kids can safely play in that world-class game room quietly set away from the dining area. While you finish up, it's perfect. Games for little kids, games for big kids. The Mineshaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh near the EAA. Lots of seating, close parking. The Sunday buffet is an all-you-can-eat feast and just $15. Kids and grandkids under 3 eat for free. There's no restaurant inflation at the Mineshaft in Hartford. Google the Mineshaft and just walk in this weekend.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting WTMJ.com/contests. That's WTMJ.com/contests.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
True luxury is the absence of worry. It begins the moment you settle into your seat with Delta Vacations and continues as you step onto the polished teak decks of a Holland America ship. Whether you're chasing the northern lights or the Mediterranean sun, Fox World Travel anticipates every detail so you can simply savor the journey. Stop managing the logistics and start making memories. Call 866-GO-FOX-GO or visit foxworldtravel.com to elevate your travel today.
Advice? Call 855-616-1620. Our expert home inspector is here to help. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Windy, a chance of showers, high of 63 today, but then temperatures are going to start falling. It's going to start reminding us of March again instead of May.
Is there a saying? Anyway, April showers bring May flowers. Is there something about March?
March weather stinks. I think that's the
Ides
phrase.
of March? No, that's...
March is never, it's always like, is it going to snow? Is it going to rain?
It's that true transitional month.
Yep.
We can get snow and nasty weather. We can get warm weather like this.
No guests this hour, so we're taking any questions. 855-616-1620, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. I witnessed water dripping out of a drain hole in the bottom of the siding directly below a bay window, which is staining the siding. Is this a concern?
Maybe.
Maybe is the answer.
Well, I mean... It's definitely something to not just disregard. I mean, I think you got to look. So moisture coming out. We've talked about vinyl siding has drain holes in it.
Yes.
So where's the water coming from? If it's directly under the bay, you would think, well, that siding should be protected from any water.
Right.
But water can travel horizontally a little bit. So if that bay's, even if it's 8 feet wide, which is a big bay, that water could be getting behind some siding, and if things aren't perfectly level, the water could travel horizontally a little bit and get to a hole. Maybe.
I mean, if the window's flashed right, that could be a good thing, right? It's keeping the water out of the window. It's going around the window and then
flashed and taped properly. So I guess it comes down to the age of the home. As we were talking, the other question, does it have any kind of house wrap on it? Is there anything behind the siding that's protecting it? So, and we also, as we said, vinyl siding is the easiest type of siding to remove and put back. So you can, I've been part of that, where you take a few pieces off and you lay them out on the ground so you know how to put them back in the right order, kind of thing. So and they sell a tool at like Home Depot, Menards, to help you take vinyl siding off, a vinyl siding removal tool. Take a few pieces off and look at the condition of the sheathing behind it and see, do you have any house wrap around that? Now, can you tell, is the sheathing all stained behind there, or you see any rot going on? So enough, I think, to warrant looking into it further.
And do it when it's a little bit warmer.
Right.
When you're taking vinyl siding off. Don't do it when it's cold out, because you don't want to crack it.
It'll crack and everything. So, I mean, if it's your own house, you have some time to be able to do it. If I'm seeing that on a home inspection, I'm probably pointing it out, saying that probably needs, again, I would be looking at some other signs and things, and again, understanding the age of the home, whether or not I'd say, I'm not really concerned about it, or does it need further evaluation, something to look into.
Another one, interesting one here. We've never had this. I've been doing this 5 years. I've never had this question come up. Good morning, guys. Do you think it's time we re-examine conventional building methods? I watched a video on YouTube about homes that are centuries old that are made of thick earthen walls, strategically placed windows to capture sunlight, also stonework that captures heat, that warms the home and cools it at night during the day. No furnace or air conditioner needed. What do you think? Interesting question, Jeff.
Yeah.
I've not been around during those times. So.
Yeah, right.
I think that might be hard to do in a city setting, in an urban setting. But maybe if you're out in the country and you're building a home, you've got some space.
I would also maybe have to really think about health. Earthen homes and things like that, what kind of air quality are you having inside? No furnace. So now are you talking, what's the ventilation? I got to imagine people, Little House on the Prairie days, they made these mud huts kind of thing, where they build them into the earth. How is that affecting their breathing? Are you living in underground basically? I mean, I'm taking that to an extreme.
The average lifespan was about 45.
Right. And I don't think that's exactly what Jeff's talking about, but
I can tell you, I go into many, many houses where there is no consideration for any of that.
Yeah.
They build the weirdest houses with things coming in the wrong places that capture things that shouldn't. And it's just, I want to make it look like this, and that's all I care.
Yeah. I mean, to really dig into it, architects like Frank Lloyd Wright, he designed things, his organic architecture, they called it, designed with an eye towards, like he's talked about, capturing sunlight, large overhangs and really investigating what sun angles were, times of the day, times of the year, where you want sun coming in, when you don't want sun coming in, things like that. I don't think you can build a house in our area here without a furnace. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
you're going to have some kind of supplement. Back in January, we had that 2 weeks of.
Could you imagine?
There's no, even, what is it, 8 feet below ground, it's like constantly like 56 degrees. Okay, you're not going to freeze, but how comfortable is that? Yeah. So I'm not so sure about that. But there are a lot of builders who are trying to get to what they call a net zero construction. It takes a lot of, there's costs with it. I would say also our current building codes probably don't allow for maybe that type of construction.
Yeah.
You go to Europe, if you ever travel, you've been to Europe, I've been to Europe, and masonry construction, where today when we see stone or brick on a house, that's usually 3 to 4 inches thick at the most. It's a veneer on the outside of the house. And, centuries ago, they were building 2-3 foot thick walls of masonry. And those have the ability of a mass construction of being able to hold some heat in them, but they probably weren't comfortable in the winter if you didn't have any kind of heat source, or just a fireplace that can only heat so much.
Right.
Frank Lloyd Wright again is that hearth was the center of the home, and his homes had huge fireplaces and things like that. But if you go to one, if you've ever been to Falling Water or some of these amazing homes, they leak like crazy, So but they're also pretty old. I mean, he was around in the early 1900s. So, but they're I like it, but I don't think
it's probably not feasible for mass construction.
The majority of people have gotten comfortable with their big, great rooms and living rooms and being able to have all the glass with a view and everything and just turn the furnace up a little bit to be a little more comfortable.
Scott Klein and the crew from J&B Construction coming in next hour. So we have one more segment to answer your questions. 855-616-1620, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. It is the Fix-It Show. Thanks for listening to WTMJ.
The time to start that home project is now. Get all the information you need to renovate your home during the Spring Home Improvement Showcase. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Join us as we highlight the best partners for you to improve your home, including appliance gallery, comfort awnings, ridgetop exteriors, and outdoor living unlimited. Make your home the best it can be with the Spring Home Improvement Showcase on WTMJ.
March into big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Refresh your home this season with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, beautiful new siding, or a stunning bath remodel and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during their March savings event. But this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
So many emails coming in, this trip will sell out. Vince Vitrano here, Vinny's European Vacation. Would love to have you join us in October, traveling to southern Italy and Sicily with WTMJ and Colette Vacations. Our tour begins in Palermo, Sicily, happens to be where my dad's family is from. He's coming on the trip as well. Agrigento, Sorrento, Amalfi Coast, Positano, Pompeii, and we end in Rome. Nothing you need to do except sign up and show up, as my team at Colette has thought of and taken care of everything. I'll send you a brochure with a breakdown of each day on the trip, all the sites, sign-up information, and even your all-in cost and options. Email me, vince@WTMJ.com. That's vince@WTMJ.com. We've got a special get-together here at the station coming up as well. You can meet me, talk with all the folks at Colette. That's coming up on March 24th.
Let me show you the world. Come away with me.
Vince@WTMJ.com, Southern Italy and Sicily this fall.
Potential is like God's love. It lives within everyone and shows us that we are made for more. At Aug Prep, faith ignites excellence in academics, the arts, athletics, and every aspect of our lives. Students don't just realize their full potential, we learn to soar. The #1 K-12 school in Milwaukee is expanding to the North Shore and is now enrolling grades K4 through 6th and 9th. Aug Prep North, made for more. Apply today at augprep.org.
A new deck from Outdoor Living Unlimited is built to last. We are Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck installation team. For amazing ideas, go to Outdoor Living Unlimited's Instagram page. For a free estimate, go to OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
When it comes to simple, affordable home improvements, at Les's Glass, you'll find an array of options. Like for bath remodeling, adding a new glass shower door, embeveling the edges of your mirrors, or simply having us install new mirrors to any living space in your home can add a touch of elegance and depth that can really turn a room's frown upside down. Or maybe you're thinking new cabinet doors. Before you write that check, find out how we can make your ordinary cabinet doors beautiful with a variety of glass insert options that can be easily installed into your existing wood cabinets and make a world of difference. And before you pay for new windows, call us to see if our affordable insulated glass replacement services can't save you a few bucks. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. David Nason and Dayton Kane. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Are we in a 90s sitcom? Like, what's
This is what you get when you type yacht rock into Universal Production.
Yacht rock. All right, Dayton, Kane, David, Nason here with Isaac in the producer's booth. 855-616-1620 is the number. Every week, we're sponsored by Siding Unlimited and JMB Construction, and we thank them for that. I have a David Nason original sketch in my phone at all times at this point. I should have had you sign it when you gave it to me. Describing how to try to tell the difference between a condensating skylight versus a leaking skylight. Because this time of year, you start getting people going, my skylight's leaking, my skylight's leaking. And I'm like, well, is it leaking when it's raining? Well, no. Okay, is it leaking when it's cold? Yeah. We might be looking at condensation here.
Right.
How do you tell the difference? What are signs you look for?
So the main one, and I learned this when I was working in fire and water restoration at Kelman, because I obviously dealt with a lot of ice dams and interior drywall damage. If you got a skylight in your ceiling, whether you have a flat ceiling or even a slope ceiling, if there's stains around the shaft, the skylight shaft that you go up, whether it's on the vertical walls of the shaft or down around the ceiling, if it's a flat ceiling kind of, if there are stains there or drips there, it's almost for sure condensation coming off the glass. If you think about it, you got warm air in your house, it's all going up. Warm air rises, it goes up to the glass, and it condensates. If you have stains where that roof slope meets the wall, and I'm pointing at the wall, but where the wall and the ceiling come together, if you have stains there, then it's probably the skylight leaking. The skylight is set on top of the roof sheathing, so plywood or OSB, and it's set, and before the shingles are put on, they attach it to the roof. It's set on top, and then it's flashed. So it's not like in the plane of the roof. It's actually sitting on top. And so if it's leaking, water's going to leak around there. The water has surface tension, so it sticks to things. It's going to run down the rafter or the sheathing or something until it gets to a point where it stops, and it could be stopping on the insulation or something, but usually it runs all the way down to where the wall is, and then it goes down vertically. And so that's why you'll see the stains at the top of the wall where the wall and the ceiling meet. But you're right. If it's around the shaft in there, that's almost always just not. I can't say 100% sure, but usually that's just condensation.
The way to test that is we don't want people getting on the roof, but somebody's going to get on your roof, right?
Yeah.
With a hose.
Yeah.
And they're going to spray all around that thing. They're going to spray all above it, below it, up towards it.
Yeah.
If no water's coming in at that point, it's not leaking.
Yeah.
It's a condensation.
And probably the most popular brand of skylights around here is Velux.
I think it's like one of the only ones left.
Yeah. Some window companies used to make them, but the reality is that Velux they're out of Sweden or some Nordic country in Europe, I think, where they started. But they are just the Cadillac, really, of skylights. They developed a flashing system. If you use their flashing system and it's installed correctly, it should not leak.
Well, and you get the flashing system, and then you put the ice and water shield around that. Like
it should not leak. But you do need to control humidity in your house. If you have a ceiling fan in the room, run the ceiling fan. You in the winter, and get the air moving. If you're remodeling and you want to put a skylight in your bathroom and there's a shaft, put the exhaust fan up in the shaft.
Get that air out before it can get up to the glass.
Yeah, and so as the air is rising, it goes into the exhaust fan. And then, run your exhaust fan longer. Put a timer on your exhaust fan. I did. And I told my family, and when you leave the bathroom, make sure it's on at least 15 minutes. When you leave the bathroom, you want that exhaust fan running for another 15 minutes after you leave.
Yep. Get that moisture out.
Exactly.
That does it for hour number 1. Thank you for listening. Coming up next, like I said, Scott and the crew from J&B Construction. Get your calls in for them, 855-616-1620.
This has been the Fix-It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests, and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
A happy place comes in many colors. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro painters and make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. During our spring sales event, get 10% off any home painting project, $2,500 or more. When you schedule before May 15th at participating locations, get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
So I was talking with another real estate agent who has been in the business even longer than I have, with a couple of other big name companies. He was talking about how it's tough to compete with us because we have good agents and we charge less commission. And he even said that he lost a few listings to us, and it always bothered him because he realized that he was doing everything that we were doing, but he was charging more. We do charge less, and we do everything that a full-service agency does. Because we are full-service real estate agents. The only difference is we give you our very best commission rate up front. You do pay for what you get. And with Century 21 Benefit Realty for 1.9% on the listing side of your home, with a cap of $19,000 commission on any size home, you can get full-service experienced agents, MLS marketing, professional photos, even virtual walkthroughs, and everything you get from any other big-name agent, all under the umbrella of the Century 21 brand. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Jessica Ty here for Steinhoffels. If you've been dreaming about refreshing a room or your whole home, Steinhoffels can make it so much easier. Their Decorating Solutions program pairs you with a designer who listens, gets your style, and helps create a space you truly love. They can help with colors, layouts, furniture, even those little finishing touches that make a room feel uniquely yours. And right now, you can get up to $200 off Steinhoffel's Decorating Solutions packages. So if you're ready to love your home even more, check out Steinhoffel's Decorating Solutions.
The Jazz might bring the rhythm, but we set the tempo.
Giannis sees an opening. Look out below. He soars up and plunges it down with a one-hand slam.
The Bucks jam with the Utah Jazz at Fiserv Forum.
Oh, Giannis plunges it through. Seek and destroy. The big fella puts it down with one hand.
Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 6:30 on the home of the Bucks, 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
At 8 o'clock, it's 57 degrees here in Milwaukee. Today, stray showers early, windy with falling temperatures, high of 63 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and breezy, high of 60. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Elizabeth Lintonen. Thousands of Americans are still stranded in the Middle East and trying to get out of the region. Traveler Louise Hurley told News Nation.
You spend days trying to get a hold of Emirates Airlines, and they just don't pick up. And I'm sure they're, it's in crisis mode, and I understand that. But it has been very frustrating just trying to get the accurate information you need.
The State Department says 27,000 Americans have safely returned to the U.S. so far. At least 4 people are dead in southern Michigan when a tornado touched down Friday afternoon. CBS News' Omar Villafranca.
At least 3 people were killed here and a dozen more injured.
We look out the window and we saw the tornado. I was just very grateful that God protected my daughter and my mom and sister and my family.
Rescue and recovery efforts taking place through the night, with first responders using drones and canine units to search for survivors.
It's heart-wrenching to see your home that you've worked hard for in the condition that it is, but we'll get through it.
The twister stayed on the ground for more than an hour, and that was followed by another series of deadly storms in Oklahoma. A man is now charged in connection to a shooting early Monday morning inside Milwaukee's Aurora Sinai Medical Center.
Prosecutors allege Ronell Shaw Jr. was in a wheelchair inside the hospital lobby. A criminal complaint says Shaw approached another man, Christopher Robinson, from behind. Shaw then fired a gun multiple times, striking Robinson in the head before firing another shot and hopping out of the lobby. Shaw told investigators he believed people in the hospital had been talking about stabbing him, but admitted Robinson never threatened or spoke to him. Robinson is now on life support. Shaw faces multiple felony charges. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Speculation about Rashawn Gary's future in Green Bay surfaced Friday afternoon following a post on his Instagram account.
A graphic featuring a 5-paragraph message was posted to Gary's account, thanking Packers fans and stating his time with the franchise had come to an end. That post was deleted roughly 20 minutes later. ESPN's Rob Domofsky is reporting Gary has not been informed of a trade or his release, and that his account was hacked. NFL insider Tom Pelissero reporting that all options remain on the table for Gary, including a potential trade or release, but no official move has been made. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
If you drive eastbound on I-94 near 35th Street, get ready for a long-term traffic shift starting Monday night.
Crews are beginning temporary widening work as part of the Early East Leg project. Wisconsin DOT's Eric Hansen explains why the work is necessary.
The temporary widening that we're doing on the Early East Leg project, that's so we can shift eastbound traffic to the south so we can build the new 27th Street Bridge piers in their final location.
During the transition, drivers will see overlapping lane reductions.
But in the coming weeks, we are scheduled to open the West Leg project back open to 3 lanes eastbound.
Debbie Laziga, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News time is 8:04.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
This is Tom Feza. When I have a roofing question, I contact Scott Klein, owner of J&B Construction, provider of high-quality exterior home improvement products and services since 1958.
Thanks, Tom. Between the two of us, we've seen hundreds of failed roofs, along with the unfortunate consequences of water damage. Poor workmanship, improper product usage, lack of ventilation, inferior flashing detail, and loss of control due to subcontractors are some of the most common reasons for roofs failing. At J&B, our objective is not just to sell another roof. We want to educate our clients. When J&B's experienced sales staff achieves that goal, our roof systems sell themselves.
For a complimentary roof evaluation, call Scott at 262-437-0537 or visit jnbconstruction.com.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
Hop on board the music tour of a lifetime. Vince Vitrano here. Join KB Excursions this spring. Visit Memphis and Nashville 6 days, 5 nights by Luxury Motor Coach. Tour Graceland. Walk on Beale Street. Backstage tour at the Grand Ole Opry, followed by dinner and a show. And so much more. This tour is booking now. Go to kbexcursions.com. Click on tours for the full itinerary. Graceland, Beale Street, the Grand Ole Opry with KB Excursions. kbexcursions.com.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Dave.
The campus is beautiful. For me, nature is my church, and I love being outside. We live by the Bark River, and it's calming. It just calms my soul. I just love it. A lot of the people, I'm talking about 100-year-old people, they credit Three Pillars with living longer.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all Sports Desk. The Brewers beat the Arizona Diamondbacks yesterday 6-2. They play the Angels today at 2:10. The Bucks play the Jazz tonight at 7 right here on WTMJ. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We do have a major backup that may be due to an incident on I-43 right near Mitchell Street. That is, if you are heading westbound, you are going to start hitting those brakes right near Lincoln Avenue. Other than that, though, no major incidents, no major delays.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Tayback Law fights for those who fought for us. If you're a vet and have been wrongfully denied the VA benefits you're entitled to, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Here's your WTMJ forecast. Today we have stray showers early in the morning, windy with falling temperatures, high of 63 degrees early in the day, falling into the 40s by the night. Tomorrow mostly sunny and breezy, high of 60. Monday mostly sunny and mild, high of 68. Tuesday increase in clouds, a rain mix late in the day, high of 41 degrees. Right now in Green Bay it's 53, in Madison it's 50, in Waukesha it's 58, and in Milwaukee it is 57 degrees. I'm Elizabeth Lintonen, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News time is 8:08.
This is The Fix-It Show on WTMJ. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC. When it comes to home repairs, we could all use a guy. Well, we've got the guy, and we've got the show. For all your home improvement questions, we've got answers. This is The Fix-It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Now, here's your host, Dayton, Kane, and David Nason.
Welcome to hour number 2. One thing I love about this show is that it is live, and here we are proving it with the biggest crowd we've ever had in the studio.
Absolutely.
There are more people in this radio station right now than most radio stations have anymore. So that's I love it. I love it. J&B Construction on with us this hour. Let's say good morning to Scott, and then Scott can introduce everybody else.
Well, good morning. How are you guys doing?
We're doing well.
Good. Happy to be here. I got my wife, Wendy, here.
Hello.
First time at this studio. Okay. We have our twins, Austin and Allie. They are actually the third generation of J&B. And we have Tim Cumberford with us, who is our operations manager.
Excellent. Well, welcome, everybody. So, Austin, tell us a little bit about J&B. You're the third generation coming in, so you've been living it all your life.
Living it all my life, yeah exactly. So my grandpa started the company back in 1958. We're an exterior remodeling company that specializes in roofing, flat work, coating, siding, soffit, fascia, and windows, depending on the job. Over the last 10 years, I've personally been working in the field on the roofing crews, siding crew, and then also the window crew. This year, I'm going to be transitioning into the office a little bit more, taking on more of like a sales role, and I'm pretty excited for it. You know, the last 10 years has been a lot of hard work in the field, and I think it's really going to benefit me and really pay off, moving forward into this role.
Yeah.
It was interesting. Austin grew up in the business like I did. I was raised in the business, and so was he and Allie. And, my dad had me go through being out in the field, working with the crews, understanding that aspect of it, and the knowledge that Austin already brings to the table after the last 10 years is pretty incredible.
That's really important. And actually, Scott and I met when I was working in the field. I was swinging a hammer for a contractor on the North Shore, and J&B did all their roofing.
Yeah.
And I remember you being, on those job sites and everything. So that really is important for what you went through, what Austin and Allie are going through, and learning all aspects of the business.
It brings a totally different dynamic. Austin now understands what the crews go through.
Right.
He understands what to look for when he's looking at a project.
Mm-hmm.
Most salespeople today never even installed.
Mm-hmm.
They are basically trained to close the job.
Sure.
And so that's a big deficit for them. And so, I'm very proud of both of them and how they've worked their way into our company.
That's great to hear.
What's the website if people want to check you out?
Yeah.
Website is jandbconstruction.com.
A-N-D? Like J-A-N-D.
Yeah. And a phone number?
262-437-0537.
I wonder how people watching the YouTube right now are like seeing all this. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we are going to take our first break, but we will get back with J&B.
Before we go to that,
yep.
That was Allie. And happy birthday for Allie.
Allie knows. Throwing that out. I thought we were saving that to the end.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If you want to text in happy birthday, you could do that too. But yes, we got both of them celebrating a birthday today.
Right.
It is the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
The jazz might bring the rhythm, but we set the tempo.
Giannis season opening. Look out below. He soars up and plunges it down with a one-hand slam.
The Bucks jam with the Utah Jazz at Fiserv Forum.
Oh, Giannis plunges it through. Seek and destroy. The big fella puts it down with one hand.
Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 6:30 on the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
The Fix It Show live stream and podcast are brought to you by J&J Contractors. Visit jjcontractorsllc.com or call 414-423-9200 for your free consultation today. J&J Contractors, welcome home.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life, rejuvenate.
So it's all too common of a story. And it's common enough that we account for a certain percentage of our new patients to make their first appointment and get cold feet. They put it off. I'm not sure why, because our physicians are offering legitimate medical pain relief treatment. The combination of hyaluronic acid and Toradol cushions joints and has an extremely powerful effect in reducing inflammation. So much so that a vast majority of Rejuvenex patients report a significant improvement with their pain. I guess it's human nature. But sometimes human nature keeps us in our comfort zone, even when it means remaining living in pain. So after you make your appointment to alleviate your pain, and that little voice tries to convince you to put it off, don't, because your pain problems can be solved. and you can live a better life.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Call today, and there's a good chance we could be seeing you tomorrow.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
2026 Brewers tickets are on sale now. This year, it all kicks off at our house with opening day at home, followed up with a schedule that's absolutely loaded. Throw in the same flair for the dramatic thrills on any given night. Plus Brewers giveaways you won't forget. And you've got a season you're going to have to see to believe. Don't miss a second of Brewers action this year. The crew is back for more. All Brewers tickets for the 2026 season are on sale now at Brewers.com.
Get her done. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane and David Nason here with J&B Construction, and we found the history of the company and what's going on there, and I think we're going to transition into a little bit of roofing.
Roofing, right. Scott, want to tell us, we had some, I think, more typical winter that we've had. We've had a lot of cold weather. We had a lot of snow. What does that do to our roof?
All the years I've been doing this, I don't even know what typical is. Normally southeastern Wisconsin, you get into winter, we get a little bit of cold weather, we get a little bit of snow, then it melts, and then your house has a chance to start over. Mm-hmm. This winter was different. It stayed cold for a couple months. We had snow in those conditions. Homes were going through thaw-freeze cycles, and ice dams were building. So in about a 2 to 3 week period, we got more ice damming calls than I think I've gotten in the last 5-6 years.
Sure.
So a lot of people had issues with that. It's easy coming into spring for our team to sell Ice and Water Shield, but I just want consumers to know that Ice and Water Shield on its own is not going to change the characteristics of why the house is having a problem.
Right. It's a performance issue.
Yeah. It's usually a correlation between insulation and ventilation. Mm-hmm. And I also think a lot of people were putting their Christmas stuff away up in the attic and went up there and saw some wetness and so forth. So we had a lot of calls, but that's something we can straighten out. At J&B, we have an Ask Scott page. And I wrote a little article about that. So if anybody wants more information, they can go to our website and go to the Ask Scott page.
All right, good. And so you mentioned ventilation, but that's not a roof's a system, right, Austin?
Correct.
I mean, there's a lot of parts to it.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So shingles, flashing, ventilation. You guys are checking all that. Making sure that
full inspections when we're on a job site. Ventilation is key. Ventilation is very key to prolonging the life of your roof, and it's a twofold system. You need to have your intake air, which is your soffit, eaves, and then your exhaust air coming out, which would be your ridge vent or roof vents or even a gable vent.
Yeah.
And it's very important that those two systems connect and they work together, to keep that air coming in and then pushing that old air out, just having a complete system.
Yeah. Dayton and I have both been to the air vent seminar.
Sure.
They put on a free seminar every year and everything, and they talk about two things: a balanced ventilation system and don't put two different types of vents on a roof.
Yes.
So you don't want to mix those up. Because why would you not want to put a ridge vent and maybe a turbine vent on a roof?
Well, when you have both of the vents, you're only bringing that air in. Let's say on a gable vent, you have a ridge vent. So the air would be coming in through the gable vent and it would be pushing out, so that lower air, it's staying, stable. It's not coming through. When you have that intake air coming from the bottom, which is through, the eaves and the soffit, it pushes that air up and through and then out towards the top. So you're really cooling down that attic, especially in summer, or, maintaining the temperature of the outside air.
Right. And so that whole system, if you're just shingling over shingles, the manufacturer probably is not crazy about that. But if you do the entire system, a tear off, that help with the warranty on the roof?
No, the warranty pretty much stays the same. It might vary slightly from one manufacturer to the next. But as far as going over the top, we're fortunate. We're certified by 2 companies. We're Master Elite with GAF. And according to them, less than 2% of the roofing companies throughout the United States are Master Elite.
Okay.
So that's something we're very proud of and we've been involved with for a long time. We're also certified with CertainTeed. So between the 2 manufacturers, Johnny from GAF, Mark from CertainTeed, I know these guys personally. They're our reps. Between the 2 companies, between color choices and product choices, we really have a nice opportunity to give our clients what they want. A lot of good choices out there. When you look at warranties, I think that's an extremely important aspect of what the consumer should understand what they're getting. When we do a new project and Wendy goes online and she goes ahead and starts filling out the warranty, it isn't just the shingles that were chosen, but it's also all the components like the underlayments, the ice and water shield, ventilation, starter, ridge cap, all those become part of the warranty. So that's going to be a 50-year non-prorated warranty, and in most cases it can transfer one time. So that's very, very important to a consumer that they understand that. If they use the same shingle, but it's not a registered warranty because the contractor's not certified, it goes into proration after 10 years. And a lot of people don't even know this.
Sure.
But it goes into proration after 10 years. And unfortunately, when it goes into proration, it isn't 10 years and 1 day of proration. It goes back to day 0. So now you got 10 years in a day of proration. So by the time you get to year 13, 14, there isn't much left of the warranty because it's only based on the shingles. Some cases it doesn't transfer. So consumers really got to understand what they're getting and the protection they're getting from the type of warranty that contractor is giving them.
And those certifications allow you to extend or offer a labor warranty, right? An installation warranty.
In
not
some
just
cases,
a material.
in some cases you can do that. We've been around 68 years. We've always had 12-year labor on our install. We've never had problems. We got 68 years to prove that. And, some of the additional warranties that you can buy, like with GAF, there's a 10-year silver pledge. And we're given 12, so unless they're worried about us, there's really no reason to worry about the warranty.
We're going to take another break. Allie, give us the website one more time.
Website is jandbconstruction.com, and that's jandbconstruction.com.
It is the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Are you seeking an experienced, award-winning contractor who provides unmatched plaster and stucco services? I'm Zach Emmons with Creative Construction of Wisconsin. As part of the 6th generation of our family-owned company, we have served the area for over 90 years, handling all types of stucco, interior, and ornamental plasterwork, from small repairs and remodels to large residential projects. Creative Construction staff has the skills to deliver quality results. Featuring NARI award-winning and certified professionals, our craftsmen match all plaster and stucco textures, adding custom touches as needed. Call 414-397-4072 or visit callcreativeconstruction.com for competitive pricing and a personalized approach. Creative Construction of Wisconsin, cutting-edge stucco and plaster techniques with homegrown family values. Call 397-4072 or visit callcreativeconstruction.com.
Academic Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wickard, your potentate of lower rates. You've probably heard mortgage rates are at their lowest in 4 years. Acunet's helping a metric ton of our clients take advantage of this dip in rates while it lasts because there's no guarantee how long this window of opportunity will actually stay open. We'd like to help you consider your refi options too. Sure, you can call your current lender for a one-size-fits-all refi that probably comes with high closing costs and no real in-depth consultation. Or you can click on the blue button for a no-pressure no-pressure, expertly crafted refi checkup. We'll help you compare all your options, including our genuine no-loan cost refi, which over half of our clients choose. What about a 28 or 29-year loan instead of going back to 30 years? And how much money should you bring to closing or get back instead? Your friendly AccuNet loan consultant will lay out all your options side by side and help you make the right decision for you. Find out how much you can save by clicking on the blue button today at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
So it's about time you spruced up your home. Nothing major. You're not looking to spend a ton, but you are looking for something that'll give your quarters a little upgrade. You know, there are a lot of things you can do with glass. Simply beveling your mirrors can do wonders. You can mill out your wood cabinet doors and replace the center with attractive glass inserts, or customize them with unique handcrafted artistry, or maybe a theme. You could even install a new glass shower door and add some real appeal to your bathroom. They're all pretty affordable home improvements. And Les's Glass Service has been helping homeowners like you for just about longer than anyone in town. You probably don't realize how affordably we can help you reach your home's full potential. But we do, and we can show you countless options. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
Advice you can use. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Not sure why it's all happening this week, because next Saturday is St. Patrick's Day, but 14th Annual Lucky Leprechaun 7K at Hart Park today, the Shamrock Shuffle downtown Milwaukee today. Everybody's getting out their green and ready to go. Dayton, Kane, and David Nason here with the folks from J&B Construction. We're going to talk to Allie right now.
Yes, Allie. So I'm looking for a roof, siding, or something, and I'm interested in J&B. What do I do?
Yep. So you can either give us a call, 262-437-0537, or you can reach us at our email through our contact page, our website. So you can fill out a form, let us know what you're looking for, and then I will pick the appropriate salesperson to come out and give you an estimate. I will also confirm the appointment and let you know about the timeline and what to expect when the sales guy is out there. We are not a high-pressure company, so we're not going to be at your home for 3+ hours. So we will kind of just educate the customer, and then we will provide the quote shortly after. And then if they do decide to sign, we will keep them informed along the whole process. And I'm also in charge of production, so I will be helping them pretty much along the whole entire way from when they make the call all the way until the final walkthrough.
Okay. And then if somebody thinks they have a problem, and problems occur or something, that you would be the person to
Yeah, if you
handle that
think
as
you
well.
have a problem, you can give us a call. I'll probably ask you a few questions, see whether we can send a repair guy out there or one of our salespersons. So
Right. And I know from what I do, my inspections, the consulting work, sometimes I get Scott involved in that, and I have to go through Allie to get Scott scheduled as well. So she seems to run the ship over there. All right, that's good.
yeah,
to
I
hear.
try to keep everyone organized. I like being in the background, and yeah.
Okay. All right. And so we have the Home and Garden Show coming up, Wendy?
We do.
Right?
And I'd like you all to come and visit our booth. And it it runs through March 20th through the 29th. So come and visit J&B.
Right. So but it's off the Monday and Tuesday, right, of that week?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it's Wednesday night, Thursday night.
Okay. I'm going to be there too.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. So the Wisconsin Association of
check out
Home
our
Inspectors
booth.
has a booth. I'll be there a
And
couple
we'll check
nights.
out yours.
So when somebody comes out to your booth, what should they come prepared with?
Yeah.
What are they coming to your booth for?
Yeah.
Well, they're coming to our booth if they're interested in getting a roofing quote, siding quote. We do offer flat roofs, attic insulation, gutters, downspouts, pretty much anything exterior except decking. So, yeah.
So they'll be able to come talk to whoever's at the booth that day and
Yes.
find out what products you use. And does it help if they have photos of anything that they're looking to do?
Yeah, they can bring photos. We have literature there. We'll have our sales guys there. Scott, the owner, will be there. I'll be there. Austin will be there. So we're just pretty much there to educate and, get you in the right direction for your project.
Okay. So you mentioned the process and people coming to you. If somebody reaches out today, how long before somebody's at their house talking to them?
I would say right now on average, I mean, if I can get someone the next day, I will, but I would say probably within 2 to 3 days for the first meetup.
And then I say, yes, I'm ready to go. what am I looking at for a roof or a siding project? Like, how far out are you guys?
I mean, in our busy time, we can be all the way over a month, but we try to get as many roofs out as possible during the week. So, yeah, I would say you're not waiting more than 2 months for a roof.
Yeah, shingles are fairly
quick. Siding, that's a different story, but
right, depends on the siding product, colors, or something that you're selecting and stuff. But yeah, shingles are pretty available, at ABC Supply or wherever.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's pretty much just our docket. It's not much of the material, getting the materials. It's just trying to fit everybody in.
Getting into the schedule. And of course, this time of the year, weather plays into that.
Weather plays in.
People have to understand that when it rains, it's probably not the best time to tear your existing roof off. Tarps are okay, but I don't know. I don't want my roof open when it's going to thunderstorm like it did last night. So.
It was crazy, actually, the lightning and thunder last night. It was pretty harsh.
Yeah.
We look at the weather every morning.
I bet you do.
We make a decision, and what we tear off, we get covered the same day.
Yep.
And if there's an issue with that, it's a no-go, if we have a concern.
Yep, and that just pushes the schedule. So people just have to understand that's Wisconsin.
All right, Wendy, when was the Home and Garden Show again?
It is March 20th through the 29th.
Okay. And you guys are going to be there. You usually are kind of up near the front right-hand side of the place. You know if you're going to be in the same spot?
Big sign hanging from the ceiling.
We are actually in the same spot.
Okay.
And this year we added a big circular sign above our booth, so you can't miss it.
3-tier sign.
Oh,
excellent.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it. All
Yeah.
right. So you can find them there. jandbconstruction.com is the website. We are going to go over to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Elizabeth Lintonen. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Dayton. Powerful storms that spawned tornadoes killed 4 people in Michigan and 2 in Oklahoma. Friday's severe weather reduced homes to rubble, sent parts of roofs flying into the air, and left a trail of debris hanging from power lines. Authorities in Michigan say 3 people were killed and 12 people were injured near Union City after an apparent tornado hit. About 50 miles southwest, Cass County officials say 1 person was killed and several injured after a tornado touched down. Officials say another tornado in Beggs, Oklahoma, near Tulsa, killed 2 people. The National Weather Service says severe weather is expected to continue Saturday across the nation's midsection. 1 person is dead after a shooting Friday night in Milwaukee. The 32-year-old victim was shot near the corner of West Chambers Street and Appleton Avenue around 6:15. Milwaukee police have not made any arrests. Shorter bachelor's degree programs could be coming to some University of Wisconsin campuses. The UW Board of Regents unanimously approved revisions to academic policy that formally established minimum credit standards. The policy keeps the traditional degree standards in place, but now allows campuses to apply for shorter programs if they provide justification. Officials say the change aligns with updated accreditation guidelines. We are taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. We do have a major incident out on the roads currently. There is a crash at Lincoln Avenue near Beecher Street heading southbound on I-43. It is blocking the 3 left lanes, and you're going to see backups all the way up to Greenfield Avenue at the very least. Other than that, there are no major delays.
Traffic is sponsored by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center.
Visit Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center today for another 2-man scramble tournament. Play at Georgia Golf Club on spacious, state-of-the-art simulators unlike any other.
Must play in March. Cash prizes only. No green jackets.
Here's your WTMJ forecast. Today, stray showers early in the morning, windy with falling temperatures, high of 63 early, falling into the 40s by the evening. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and breezy, a high of 60. Monday, mostly sunny and mild, high of 68. Tuesday, increase in clouds, rain mix later in the day, a high of 41 degrees. Right now in Green Bay, 51, Madison, 48, and in Milwaukee, it is 57 degrees. I'm Elizabeth Lintonen, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 8:32.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. You've heard me talk about the wonderful new retractable awning the team at Comfort Awnings installed at my home. Spring is quickly approaching, and it's the perfect time for you to get an awning installed so it's ready once the temps warm up. Comfort Awnings is a local, family-owned company in Burlington that provides expert installation in southeast Wisconsin and northern Illinois. Receive a free motor with the purchase of any retractable awning or screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com to learn more.
Mission 94 Madness is more than a competition. It's a full month of action, savings, and serious range time. The Bracket Shootout Challenge tips off March 15th and runs through April 4th. Sign-ups are open now on our website. Secure your place among the first 32 competitors. Members shoot for $15, non-members for $30. Every week brings a new challenge and a fresh chance to lead the pack. And while you're here, take advantage of exclusive retail offers all March long. Step up and take your shot. Just Google Mission 94.
True luxury is the absence of worry. It begins the moment you settle into your seat with Delta Vacations and continues as you step onto the polished teak decks of a Holland America ship. Whether you're chasing the northern lights or the Mediterranean sun, Fox World Travel anticipates every detail so you can simply savor the journey. Stop managing the logistics and start making memories. Call 866-GO-FOX-GO or visit foxworldtravel.com to elevate your travel today.
March into big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Refresh your home this season with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, beautiful new siding, or a stunning bath remodel and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during their March savings event. But this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
We can't help fix your relationship, but we can help with that leak. It's the Fix It Show on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane and David Nason with you. Thanks for joining us this morning. We do have J&B Construction in with us, and we've been talking roofing. We've been talking processes. I think we're switching gears here.
Siding, yes. We're going to talk with Tim and dig into the siding issue and what have you been doing? What's anything new? What's happening with the siding that's going on?
Well, ironically, we were just up we got invited to the LP Sidings Mill up in Tomahawk, Wisconsin. We were there Wednesday overnight into Thursday. We had 6 of us up there, and it was a great tour. What an amazing facility. Great product line. So they're kind of right now seem to be leading the way in siding. I think nationally as well, not just locally here, but siding. We're seeing quite a big increase in our siding sales in the last few years. I think it might just be some of the houses are getting at that age from the big building boom, and we're coming into those houses. But we're seeing customers replacing their siding, whether it's met or exceeded its life expectancy. Sometimes they're just looking for some new curb appeal. Or increasing the value of their house, but
we're talking a little bit before in the break. Storm damage. So obviously, some people have insurance claims. We've had a couple of hailstorms recently.
Get the aluminum, the vinyl, they start kind of getting dented or breaking up.
So people are looking for something more durable and less maintenance. I don't want to say no maintenance. That doesn't exist in my world, but. Right, Dayton? We don't like.
We don't say
no maintenance. So
there's nothing that's
low maintenance. And LP, I have LP. You guys put LP on my house. So
did your dad's house too?
Yeah. So
here's a question that we get. Right? Oh, a roof is supposed to last 30 years or 50 years, or the windows are good for 30 years. What about siding? When do you know when it's time to replace your siding? Besides, I just want a different look.
Well. That's kind of a tough one. If you're talking like a cedar or a fir wood siding, it gets to the point where you're continually having to have it painted. Sometimes if it gets let go too long, you're never going to get it back.
Right.
And you talk about maintenance, that's a maintenance nightmare. And you're spending so much money, and at a certain point in time, you're probably better off reassessing what you're doing and how many times you're getting it painted and say, I need to get into a new product like LP, where they're offering a 5, 15, 50-year warranty. So the product itself is a 50-year warranty. And again, it's not maintenance free, like you say, but it has some longevity to it. Vinyl siding as well. It lasts quite a while. A lot of the vinyl siding companies, manufacturers are giving you a lifetime warranty. It's non-transferable, but still, as long as you own that house, you got a lifetime warranty on it. So
and the vinyl siding that's being made today it's just, as with anything, it's being made better than it was.
Way better than what it used to be.
Ago.
The coloring is holding up a lot longer. It doesn't get as brittle through the years like some of the old vinyl siding. So
and they offer different options, the shakes and the scalloping and the details and stuff to make really pop some areas of your house.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of options with that. Give you some architectural feel to your house. Aluminum's pretty much a non-existent product anymore. We just don't even see it.
Does anybody do aluminum siding anymore? I don't think so.
I think they're still making it. I just went out to a job, and they're looking for it and ended up becoming an LP siding job.
There you go.
So
upsell.
It's just not cost effective.
Yeah. it dents. Once it's dented, you can Bondo it a little bit, I guess, if you want to. But yeah, it's not. So so other than LP, you do vinyl. Those are basically your two main products that you're using, right?
Yeah, I would say LP is probably about 80% of what we do. And then I'd say 18% vinyl. And then, we do the occasional hardy board every once in a while.
Okay.
But I would say we're really pushing the LP and the vinyl, and it's been going really well.
So what's the process for people out there thinking they might want to get their siding done? You guys, they sign up with J&B, then what happens? How long are you there? What does a typical siding project take, and what are some of the steps that you do?
Well, a typical siding project is there's a lot. There's a lot with it. So it starts with that initial call to Allie. She'll direct the right salesman out there. We go out there, kind of get a feeler. Do they know about the product? Do they know kind of what they want, or do they want us to kind of explain and show them the different type of options that they have? Once we kind of narrow that down a little bit, we have them sign up. We do complete walkthroughs. We kind of give them a timeline as to when, we're thinking we're going to be able to get out there. We let them know, a month in advance and then a couple weeks in advance. And then once the project starts, our salesmen, we're very good at being out on the job site. So it's not just we sell the job and then we're gone and let the crews handle the work. No, in this industry, managing the jobs is so important. And, you build that relationship with that customer, and it really helps. And it kind of just makes the process just flow, and it goes really good.
And then they have a beautiful new home at the end.
And then they have a beautiful new home.
A brand new home.
Yep.
Siding is one of the best things that you can sell because it transforms a house, right?
I love it. I love it.
People come, they're like, I have to put a roof on my house. I need new windows. But then it's like, siding. And you can change. My worst is when somebody says, I just want to do what it looks like now. I'm like, oh, come on. We can make this look so different. So when you go out and you talk to somebody about what they're looking for on siding, what are some of the things that you're bringing up to them to get that vision?
Well, so me personally, I'm working on the colors, a little bit. And then, we're going to be talking about a little bit later on. My mom really comes in and she helps with design. And so it's very interesting. It's kind of like a little niche that we can have. She'll help me because, I try with the colors. I'm just not the greatest at it yet. I'm learning. She's teaching me, But there's also different options. We kind of talked like in gables. Sometimes we'll do like shake just to kind of add a little bit of a flair to the house. I remember a job last year. They had vinyl siding just completely up there. My mom had come in, she had talked to her a little bit, and her and Tim both, they're both very good with the design. They came in and they said, well, let's do this. We'll put an LP board kind of going across, and we'll do shake on this portion, and we'll switch up the color. And, I'm over here thinking, oh my gosh, this is a lot. But they walked through the process completely. The homeowner's like, oh my gosh, sounds great. And, you see a smile at the end of the day.
Turned out beautiful, right?
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Wendy, we're going to talk to her when we come back.
Yes.
It is a Fix-It show. J&B Construction is on with us. I'm going to wake Allie up over there. Jump on the mic. How do people get in touch with you?
437-0537 or visit our website, jandbconstruction.com.
jandbconstruction.com. Thanks for listening to the Fix-It Show this morning.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
This is Tom Feza. When I need information about siding, I call Scott Klein, owner of J&B Construction, provider of high-quality exterior home improvement products and services since 1958.
I'm Scott Klein. If you're tired of painting or your siding is beyond repair, it may be time to look at the advantages of a new siding system. Additional insulation, along with Tyvek's weatherization system, can significantly improve your home's energy efficiency while protecting it from water and air infiltration. We offer a variety of siding products, all installed by J&B's certified employees, which will provide decades of performance and beauty.
For a complimentary siding evaluation, call Scott at 262-437-0537 or visit jandbconstruction.com.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
Son, when the going gets tough, the tough get going.
and eat pizza.
Preferably a Marty's Pizza, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we do everything we can to keep the prices low. We're a family-run business, and many of our employees have families. I want to make sure that as tight as it gets, a growing family can always afford to enjoy a Marty's Pizza.
Marty's Pizza in Delafield.
And martyspizza.net for easy online ordering.
Register online for Red Card Loyalty, and after 15 pizzas, you'll get your next one free!
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
Start your Milwaukee weight loss program now to lose weight fast. 20 to 30 pounds. How about a month or two? Call for your free weight loss consultation. 262-449-1180. That's 262-449-1180. Or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
So I was talking with another real estate agent who has been in the business even longer than I have, with a couple of other big-name companies. He was talking about how it's tough to compete with us because we have good agents and we charge less commission. And he even said that he lost a few listings to us, and it always bothered him because he realized that he was doing everything that we were doing, but he was charging more. We do charge less, and we do everything that a full-service agency does. Because we are full-service real estate agents. The only difference is we give you our very best commission rate up front. You do pay for what you get. And with Century 21 Benefit Realty for 1.9% on the listing side of your home, with a cap of $19,000 commission on any size home, you can get full-service experienced agents, MLS marketing, professional photos, even virtual walkthroughs, and everything you get from any other big-name agent, all under the umbrella of the Century 21 brand. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
If we don't know the answer, we know someone who does. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Dayton, Kane, and David Nason with you. Windy, a chance of showers. Temperatures falling today. A high of 63. We're at 40 in Milwaukee. And going into that last break, Austin mentioned Wendy and the process she's involved in. She's sitting right next to me on my left. And tell us what you do, Wendy. How do you get involved in the process when it comes to siding?
Well, I have a great, great passion for color and design, okay? And my son knows that. So he will come in my office and he'll say, I'm really struggling. This customer's struggling with a color. And I'm like, yes, I can help. He's like, lower it down, Mom. And I'm like, okay. So anyway, so I'll set up a meeting. And Tim and I, actually, when I started working with Tim, found out that he also has a great interest and has a very good eye for color like I do. Mine's a little bit better, though.
Of course. Of course it is.
But anyway, so Tim and I get involved with the project, and we contact the homeowner, and we meet with them at their house because there is a lot involved in picking out a color. And I'm not giving out my secrets, okay? So when Tim and I arrive at the house, we walk around the entire piece of property. There's a lot of elements that I am looking at. Both of us are, okay? Mm-hmm. And then we sit down with the homeowner, and I listen to their concerns. I listen to what they're thinking about with color, and I agree with you. I get some that want to stay with the same color because it's safe and they can see it. Mm-hmm. And then I try to suggest or get them out of their box a little bit and out of their comfort level. And I throw a few things at them and little ideas so they can think about it. I also, it's very important for me to have the exterior of the house flow with the interior, okay? Mm-hmm. That is a really important element for me. And so I bring a lot of stuff up, and then after I hear all their concerns, and then Tim and I walk around again and look at any of the...
Do you take in consideration the neighbors' houses?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Were you going to get to that?
No.
I was reading your mind.
Those are my secrets. Don't be reading my sheet.
Okay. Sorry.
I can't give away all my secrets here, okay?
Yeah.
So, but anyways, so then I develop, or Tim and I develop like 3 palettes for them, color palettes, okay? And this is all just suggestions. And I like to throw them out of their comfort zone a little bit. And I usually struggle sometimes with the husband a little bit because he's kind of set in his way and he sees his color, and it's hard for him to visualize. When we get to a point where we narrow it down, they can come into our office, and we have several visits at our office where we can throw things up on a big screen and change the siding on their house with different LP that we use, design forms, and they can have a visual because visuals are very, very important.
So it's a full-blown consultation when we're
Yes,
looking at this.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
if somebody wants this, how do they get in touch with J&B Construction?
Allie?
You can either give us a call and set up an appointment for at 262-437-0537, or you can visit our website, jandbconstruction.com.
Okay, I want to talk to Tim because we got a text here. I got about a minute to answer this question. If someone's considering doing siding and windows, is there a preferred order which it should be done?
Well, if your budget entails doing, financially, you're set, you're going to do both of them, doing both at the same time. Because when you're installing the windows, if you're going to do the siding later, you can't tie them into the house. You got house wrap systems that you put in. We flash the windows a certain way. It's a different process. So getting those windows in and then following it up with the siding right after is the best way to do it, 100%.
If I can't afford both at the same time, windows are first?
Then you would do windows first.
Okay. But if you can do them both together, that's the way to go. All right, we have one segment left, 855-616-1620. It is the Fix-It Show, J&B Construction on with us. Thanks for listening to WTMJ.
Point taken with Scafidi and Bride.
I think there's generally a lot of discontent among voters on a lot of different issues. Economy, we've talked about healthcare. We probably haven't spent enough time on healthcare in the last month or so.
Do you want someone who's a quote-unquote fighter and is very anti-Trump and his policy, very anti some of the policies that have been in place for a majority Republican legislature, or is it someone who can compromise?
People like when you go to their town and you listen to them.
Weekdays from 10 to noon on WTMJ.
3 generations ago, it was about doing one thing and doing it right.
Hardwood, tile, carpet, floors that had to last because our name, Adair, was on them. Over time, homeowners asked us to do more. Kitchens, bathrooms, full remodels. And so our name changed to Adair Floors and Remodeling.
But flooring has always been the foundation, literally.
And it's something the next generation already understands.
Hi, I'm Ava. Hi, I'm Quinn. My dad does floors.
From hardwood and luxury vinyl plank to tile and carpet, we handle selection, layout, and professional installation.
And because we also remodel homes, we know how flooring works with everything else. Transitions, finishes, and long-term durability.
When you hire Adair, you're getting experience you can stand on and people who will be here for decades to come.
Call my dad. Bye-bye.
Adair Floors and Remodeling. Built on flooring, trusted for remodels. 3 generations, 1 standard. Call us at 414-761-3660 for your free flooring estimate.
So if you're looking to install a new glass shower door, you're going to want to see selection. The more you see, the better choice you can make. And that's why our store is loaded with 20 different glass shower door options. And what sets Less's Glass apart is that you're going to have somebody close by for help who's been here for years and years to ask them questions and get reliable answers. Now, no one's going to be hounding you, but when you need an answer, you're not going to have to search around. One thing you can count on at Less's Glass is that there will always be a member of our staff here with decades of experience. And that matters, because how many times have you been at the big box home improvement store, walking around trying to find someone who can actually answer your questions? This is Stacy Sinks. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited has become Wisconsin's top TimberTech decking installer by building decks the right way and the safe way. Imagine a design for your backyard that includes an amazing new deck, railing, and stairs. Want to add other features? Outdoor Living Unlimited can do that too. Free estimates and ideas. Start the process by going to outdoorlivingunlimited.com today.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else? We've supplied generations of farms and families with the trusted products you want and need at unbeatable farm and fleet prices. Like assorted Mobile Delvac diesel oil starting at $9.99 after $5 rebate, $2 off assorted Kalmbach poultry feed, and Krylon farm and implement paint 25% off. In-store and online, we've got the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleets. Being original.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Making it a great Fix-It day. It's the Fix-It Show on WTMJ.
Sponsored each week by Siding Unlimited and J&B Construction. Thank you, J&B Construction, sitting in the studio all this hour with us, for sponsoring us each week. We appreciate that tremendously. So we were just told that we're huge on YouTube this morning, just so... Not while the show's going on, but after it's posted. People are catching on.
We're on early in the morning, Dayton. You know, it's
good thing
Saturday
I still have
morning.
the hair gel working.
Yes.
Okay,
right.
so let's wrap this up. It's the last segment here. Let's talk about the family-owned business, because you guys have been doing this a long time.
Scott's got a story that he likes to share about the business, right?
Well, I always say the business was started 2 years before I was started and grew up in it.
Yeah.
But, you know, we brought Tim in. He's been fantastic for our company. He's going to be teaching the kids and continuing on with them after Wendy and I start stepping away a little bit. I'm 65, going to be 66 in a couple days. So I've got 40-some years of experience of being out in the field. And we're just passing things along.
You're not going anywhere yet, but
I'm not going anywhere yet.
They're taking the horns and.
But, you know, Tim is here, and his knowledge and understanding, and I really think it's a good thing to have somebody from the outside in looking at what we're doing and how we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves working with the twins. So, Tim, I'm going to pass it to you.
It's been a pleasure working with the family. And I can tell the listeners, if you've ever had any reservations about calling a contractor for a project because you had experiences in the past, this is not that company. I know there's a lot of companies out there that have that high-pressure sales, or they have their processes in which they require their salespeople to handle the customers. That is not this company. You are genuinely getting a family-owned company, and it's more importantly, it's family-operated. We're here right now with the family, and this is genuinely who they are. What you're listening to, this is the people that you're getting in your home. So don't have any reservation about giving us a call and having us come out and do the project. I've been here now for almost 6 years, and I feel like I've become part of the family, and working now with Austin and Allie stepping in to the business, and they're coming in full bore. And saying that Scott and Wendy are stepping back, they're irreplaceable. So they're still there. They're just not out front as much, and they're giving Allie and Austin the opportunity to step into the business.
Mm-hmm.
So
I had the opportunity to take our company to the next level. I want to pass it on to them. You know, the other thing I'm very proud of and fortunate with Wendy being involved in Allie is having the girl or female dynamic in a business. And the culture that Wendy brings to our office.
You're saying guys are just kind of like, we just have blinders on sometimes?
Yeah,
My wife tells me.
Yeah, not kind of.
Yeah.
You know, and so, but I mean, it truly, it is extremely fortunate, you know, and, you know, to say I love you to the girl that schedules me and my wife doesn't get mad, that's another benefit, you know, that's awesome. You know, works out. So, I mean, there's so many pluses. We're not high pressure. Give us an opportunity. You're going to like us. And I always tell people, you're going to like our crews. And we have such good responses on our crews.
Right. Yeah, we have relationships. All of our inside people have relationships with our crews. But again, Allie and Austin coming into the business to see their care and their love for this business, because it's a family-owned business, the passion that they are bringing into this, you can't hire people like that. Mm-hmm. You can't go and hire outside and bring people in that have that love for a business. And you know, there's some weight on their shoulders. Third generation. You know, they're trying to make their parents happy as well as their grandfather. So
I'm exceptionally proud of their ownership. They're looking at this saying, this is our name. we're responsible for this. So I'm extremely proud of both of them with how they take that and run with it.
Awesome. Wendy, tell us where we can find you in a couple weekends.
Okay, we are going, or come and visit us at the Home and Garden Show. It is starting March 20th and ending on the 29th and closed on Monday and Tuesday.
Wisconsin State Fairgrounds,
Yes,
the
it
Expo
is.
Center?
Yes, it is.
And Allie, wrap us up. How do people get in touch with you guys?
You can give us a call at 262-437-0537 or visit our website at jandbconstruction.com.
Great show, guys. Good.
And Wendy redesigned our whole booth for the show. She's going to be very proud of that.
Excellent.
So
We'll
if you
see you
want to
there.
see some of her design, you can see her there.
We will see you guys there. Coming up next,
Thanks
Rose
for
Ray
being
and the
here.
Fox World Travel Show. Thanks for listening to the Fix It Show today.
This has been the Fix It Show on WTMJ, presented by J&B Construction and Siding Unlimited. Advice and opinions expressed during the program are solely that of the hosts or guests, and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
Dreaming of a home renovation? J&J Contractors has been turning houses into dreams for over 40 years. From stunning kitchens and luxurious bathrooms to finished lower levels, they handle complete renovations that elevate your space. And don't forget about the outside. J&J Contractors specialize in roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Schedule your free consultation today. Just Google J&J Contractors or call 414-423-9200. J&J Contractors. Welcome home.
Ever wonder what it takes to feel truly wealthy and financially comfortable? Schwab asked Americans that question, and most said at least $2 million. But here's the thing, your number might be different.